In an age ruled by kings, one woman defied tradition and rose to power at the heart of ancient Egypt. Her name was Sobekneferu, daughter of a dynasty, sister to a vanished heir, and the first confirmed female pharaoh to wear the double crown. As political turmoil threatened the kingdom, she stepped forward to preserve the legacy of her forefathers and write her own name into history. This is the remarkable story of Egypt's forgotten queen who dared to reign as king. Sobekneferu was born into the illustrious 12th dynasty during the reign of her father, Pharaoh Amenemhat III, one of the most accomplished rulers of Egypt's Middle Kingdom. Her birth name, meaning Beauty of Sobek, linked her to the crocodile god Sobek, a deity associated with power, fertility, and the might of the Nile, suggesting from the start a divine connection and royal destiny. Growing up within the opulent royal court, likely in the capital of Ichtawi, near Fayum, Sobekneferu would have been surrounded by elite scribes, priests, and nobles, immersed in the administrative and ceremonial life of the kingdom. Though the identity of her mother remains uncertain, it is clear that Sobekneferu belonged to the highest tier of Egyptian nobility. She is often considered the sister or half-sister of Amenemhat IV, her immediate predecessor, which placed her close to the core of dynastic succession. It is likely that she received an exceptional education, gaining familiarity with temple rituals, statecraft, and religious doctrine, preparation that would become vital when the royal line faced a crisis following Amenemhat IV's death. From an early age, Sobekneferu's position at court would have made her both witness and participant in the dynastic intrigues and the machinery of pharaonic power. Following the death of Amenemhat IV, Egypt was thrust into a dynastic crisis that threatened the stability of the 12th dynasty. Amenemhat IV, likely Sobekneferu's brother or half-brother, had ruled for less than a decade, and there is no clear record of him producing an heir. The absence of a designated male successor created a dangerous power vacuum at the top of the Egyptian state. As the last surviving child of the powerful Amenemhat III, Sobekneferu emerged as the most legitimate candidate to uphold dynastic continuity. Her royal bloodline, political experience, and ties to the throne made her a compelling figure at a moment when Egypt desperately needed stability. Instead of merely acting as regent or consort, Sobekneferu took the unprecedented step of declaring herself pharaoh in her own right. To do so, she adopted a full royal titulary, traditionally reserved for male kings, while cleverly preserving her identity as a woman by using feminine grammatical endings. Her decision was bold and unprecedented, reflecting both her personal ambition and the urgency of maintaining Ma'at, the divine order. In doing so, Sobekneferu stepped into a role that defied centuries of patriarchal tradition, legitimizing her authority through divine and dynastic means, and setting the stage for one of ancient Egypt's first female reigns with full sovereign power. In addition, Sobekneferu's reign as pharaoh was groundbreaking and symbolic, though brief. Upon ascending the throne, she boldly adopted the full royal titulary, traditionally reserved for male rulers, including the Horus, Nebti, and Golden Horus names, while cleverly adapting them with feminine grammatical forms, a powerful fusion of tradition and innovation. In doing so, she affirmed her legitimacy not just through bloodline, but through the sacred language of kingship. She ruled as King of Upper and Lower Egypt, not merely a queen consort or regent, asserting her authority over the two lands. Her reign focused on consolidating power and maintaining the stability left fragile after Amenemhat IV's death. She likely continued her father's building projects, especially around Crocodilopolis in the Fayum region, where she promoted the worship of the crocodile god Sobek, a symbol of strength and fertility. Sobekneferu's architectural contributions include expansions at temples and the completion of monuments left unfinished by her predecessors, showcasing her devotion to Ma'at, the divine order, and continuity of royal duty. Though her rule lasted only about 4 years, it marked a rare moment in ancient Egyptian history where a woman fully stepped into the role of pharaoh, not as a symbolic figure, but as a sovereign ruler, with both divine and temporal power. Sobekneferu's reign came to an abrupt end around 1781 BCE, and with her death, the illustrious 12th dynasty, one of Egypt's most stable and prosperous periods, drew to a close. No record survived to describe the circumstances of her death, and no tomb or burial site has been definitively identified as hers, adding an air of mystery to her final days. Her passing left Egypt without a clear royal successor, as she had no known children and likely remained unmarried, a fact that may have strengthened her claim to independent rulership during life, but contributed to political instability upon her death. The throne passed to rulers of the 13th dynasty, a line that, while still Egyptian, lacked the dynastic strength and centralized power of its predecessor. The early years of the 13th dynasty saw increasingly shorter reigns and signs of fragmentation, foreshadowing the chaos of the second intermediate period. Sobekneferu's memory was not wholly erased, but like many female rulers in Egyptian history, she was often omitted from later king lists. Still, her historical footprint endured in monuments and administrative records, preserving her place as Egypt's first confirmed female pharaoh to rule with full sovereign power. Her death signaled not only the end of a dynasty, but the beginning of a slow unraveling of Middle Kingdom unity. Sobekneferu's legacy stands as a testament to both resilience and innovation in ancient Egyptian history. As the first woman confirmed to have ruled Egypt as pharaoh with full royal authority, she broke a precedent in a world dominated by male kingship. Her reign, though brief, demonstrated that a woman could wield the same divine and administrative powers traditionally reserved for men, paving the way, centuries later, for figures like Hatshepsut and Cleopatra. Sobekneferu skillfully blended tradition with bold adaptation, adopting all 5 royal names, wearing kingly regalia, and incorporating feminine grammar into royal titulary, creating a visual and linguistic blueprint for female sovereignty. Her close association with the crocodile god Sobek reflected not only religious devotion, but political symbolism, strength, fertility, and protection. Though later Egyptian king lists often excluded her, archaeological evidence, such as temple inscriptions, scarabs, and building projects, confirms her impact on both religious and architectural spheres. Her reign marked the end of the Golden 12th dynasty and the transition into the more turbulent 13th, symbolizing a twilight of order before the onset of fragmentation. Today, Sobekneferu is remembered not just as a rare female pharaoh, but as a ruler who navigated crisis, claimed her authority with conviction, and left behind a legacy of courage, leadership, and adaptability in the face of dynastic uncertainty. Sobekneferu's story is one of courage, vision, and quiet revolution, a woman who stepped into the storm of dynastic uncertainty and claimed the throne with strength and grace. Though history tried to bury her legacy beneath the sands of time, her name endures as a symbol of resilience and royal authority. Thank you for watching and joining us in uncovering the life of Egypt's first true queen pharaoh. If you enjoyed this journey into the ancient past, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories of forgotten rulers and legendary civilizations. Until next time, stay curious and keep history alive.